Hello students, welcome to biology class. This video is in continuity with the previous video of chapter Reproductive System. Objectives of this chapter are male reproductive system and essential and accessory organs of male reproductive system. Male reproductive system. All the body organs of man that help in the production of male gametes, the sperms, and transfer of semen or spermatic fluid in the vagina of female collectively constitutes male reproductive system. Male reproductive system comprises of two types of organs. First one, accessory organs, and second one, essential organs. Accessory organs include genital ducts, accessory glands, and supporting organs. And essential organs are testes. This image shows the male reproductive system, which is comprising of essential reproductive organ and accessory reproductive organ. Essential reproductive organ include testicles, and accessory reproductive organ includes all these other. These are seminal vesicles, Bulbourethral gland, epididymis, urethra, penis, prostate gland, and vas deferens. Now, essential reproductive organ. Essential organ. Organs which are directly involved in the process of reproduction. Main function is production of male gametes, sperm, and hormone. The essential reproductive organs are testes. Now, we will study detailed structure of testes or testicles. Testes are a pair of oval organs, male gonads, that produce sperm cells, 2 to 5% of the seminal fluid, and also secrete male hormone, that is testosterone. They are enclosed in a thin pouch of skin called scrotum or scrotal sac in a man. Each testis is about 4.5 cm long, 2.5 cm wide, and 3 cm in thickness, and weighs about 10 to 15 gram. Each testis is encapsulated in a white fibrous connective tissue layer called tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea is a capsular wall which invaginates, dividing the testes into 200 to 300 small compartments called lobules. In each lobule are present two types of structures which help in reproduction. These are first one, seminiferous tubules, and second, interstitial cells or Leydig cells. Seminiferous tubules. In each lobule are present tightly coiled very fine tubules called seminiferous tubules. The cells of these tubules keep on dividing and produce sperms by the process called spermatogenesis. Interstitial cells or Leydig cells between the seminiferous tubules are present groups of rounded cells called interstitial or Leydig cells. These cells secrete male hormone called testosterone. It is must for the production of sperms and male sex act. Failure to produce this hormone, testosterone, causes impotency. Here is the difference between impotency and infertility. Impotency. Failure to produce male hormone, that is testosterone, and inability to hold erection during sexual act. In impotency, sperms are not produced. On the other hand, infertility is failure of sperm to fertilize an ova. Sperm count in infertility is very low. This image shows the detailed structure of the testes. Testes is encapsulated in a white fibrous connective tissue layer called tunica albuginea. Here is the tightly coiled portion that shows seminiferous tubule, where the process of spermatogenesis takes place. When the sperms are produced in the seminiferous tubules, sperm cells travel toward epididymis through the rete testes. Then efferent ducts. Efferent ducts are the series of tubes that joins the rete testes to the epididymis. Epididymis is further divided into three parts: head, body, and tail. The epididymis stores the sperm cells until they are mature and ready for ejaculation. From epididymis, these sperm cells are conducted to ductus deferens. Now, moving on to the accessory reproductive organs. Accessory organs, the organs which are not directly involved in the reproduction but are supportive in function. Their main function is secretion of alkaline fluids. Accessory organs include genital ducts, accessory glands, and supporting organs. Now, first of all, we will discuss genital ducts. Genital ducts include a pair of epididymis, a pair of Vas Deferentia, a pair of Ejaculatory duct, and urethra. Epididymis, a pair of long, narrow, highly coiled tubes, each of measuring 6 to 7 meters in length on the top and side of testes. Sperms produced in the seminiferous tubules are poured into the beginning of epididymis. The posterior end of epididymis continues as a sperm duct called vas deferens. In addition to transportation of sperms, the epididymis also help the sperm to attain maturity. Moving on to the next genital duct, that is Vas Deferentia, also called ductus deferens and sperm duct. These are a pair of long, thin-walled ducts. Each duct is about 45 cm in length. It is a passageway that carries sperm from the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct. The walls of the vas deferentia are muscular. Its passage is lubricated by the mucus to facilitate the movement of sperm to them. Next genital duct is ejaculatory duct. These are a pair of small ducts formed by the union of ductus deferens and the duct of seminal vesicle that carries the sperm up to the urethra. They pass through prostate gland and opens into urethra. Next genital duct is urethra. It is a small muscular tube of about 18 to 20 cm in length at the base of urinary bladder. It is a common passage for both the urine as well as semen. That is, it is urinogenital aperture. Urethra is differentiated into following three parts. First one, the upper part of urethra, that is known as prostatic urethra, that traverses through the prostate. Second one, the middle part of urethra, called membranous urethra, that is not covered by any structure. Third one, the lower part of the urethra, that is known as pinyl urethra, which passes through the penis. It contains a large number of mucus glands. They secrete mucus. It helps in the process of copulation by lubricating the vaginal tract. Here we can see, here is the bladder, and then the first part or the upper part of the urethra, that is known as prostatic urethra. Then the middle part is the membranous urethra, and the third one, that is the lower part of the urethra, called spongy or pinyl urethra. This image shows the pathway of sperm. The epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra form a four-part transportation system. Sperms from the testes mature as they move through the coiled duct of the epididymis. During sexual act or ejaculation, they are expelled into the vas deferens. The vas deferens pushes the sperm up over the bladder and down toward the prostate gland. There, vas deferens joins the end of seminal vesicles to form ejaculatory ducts. Ejaculatory ducts receive seminal fluid from the vesicles and pass through the prostate gland and move semen into the urethra. And from urethra, semen is expelled out of the male body. Moving on to the accessory glands. Accessory glands are the glands associated with the reproductive system of man. These glands secrete certain secretions that serves to nourish, transport and mature the sperm. These glands are a pair of seminal vesicles, prostate gland, a pair of Cooper's gland. Now first one, we will discuss seminal vesicles. These are a pair of elongated and convoluted tubular structures. They are present behind the narrow lower part of urinary bladder, one on either side. These glands produce about 70% of the seminal fluid. Here we can see the accessory reproductive glands. First one is seminal vesicle, and the second one, that is prostate gland, and the third one is bulbourethral gland, also known as Cooper's gland. We will be discussing these three glands one by one. Now we are discussing about seminal vesicles. So the fluid of seminal vesicles provide a medium for transportation of sperm. Then it acts as nourishing material for the sperms, and it also helps in neutralizing the acidity of male urethra and female vagina. Moving on to the next accessory gland is prostate gland. It is a muscular gland situated inferior to urinary bladder, encircling urethra. It is of the shape and size of chestnut. It produces almost 30% of the seminal fluid. Its function is to secrete a thin milky alkaline fluid that increases the motility of sperm. Alkaline prostatic fluid neutralizes the acidity of vaginal secretion that increase the fertility and motility of spermatozoa or sperms. It also neutralizes acidity in female vagina. The next accessory gland is bulbourethral glands, also called Cooper's gland. These are two small bodies about the size of peas. They are situated one on either side of urethra, a little inferior to the prostate gland. Their main function is to secrete an alkaline mucus fluid which is added to the semen. It helps in lubrication as well as neutralizing the acidity of male urethra. Now we will discuss this term semen, which is a thick whitish, somewhat sticky fluid composed of sperms and seminal fluid that is propelled out of the male reproductive tract during ejaculation. Here is the composition of semen or seminal fluid, which mainly composed spermatozoa and the fluids from the accessory glands that provide nutritional support and media. First one is spermatozoa. Around 20 millions of spermatozoa are present in per ml of seminal fluid. Spermatozoa are formed in testes, stored in epididymis and vas deferentia. The second is seminal fluid, fluid from the seminal vesicles that constitute 60 to 75%, which is an alkaline fluid mainly responsible for nutritional support through amino acids, enzymes, fructose, and also to suppress possible immune response by female. The second fluid is prostate fluid, which constitutes 25 to 30%, which contains acid phosphatase, citric acid, proteolytic enzymes, and zinc. The third one, that is Bulbourethral glands, which forms 1 to 5% of seminal fluid, contains galactose and mucus. Next, we are discussing the supporting organs of male reproductive system. Supporting organs. These organs help in sexual activities. These include scrotum and penis. Scrotum. It is a pouch of skin that encloses testes. It provides temperature 2 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than the body temperature, necessary for the maturation of sperms. The second supporting organ is penis, male organ of reproduction and urination. It is hanging from the abdomen in front of scrotum. It can expand up to the length of 15 to 18 cm. The tip of the penis, called glans or glans penis, it is highly sensitive and slightly swollen. The fold of the skin over the glans or the tip of the penis, called prepuce or foreskin. Now, here are the two important terms. One is erection and the second is ejaculation. First one, erection, elongation and hardening of the penis due to sexual stimulation. In the erectile tissue of penis are present a large number of blood sinuses. On sexual stimulation, a large amount of blood rushes into these sinuses through arteries. It causes expansion of the sinuses and compressing the veins. Hence, the blood cannot drain out of penis. This results in the enlargement of penis and making it rigid. The second term is ejaculation. After the completion of sexual act, the semen is released in the vagina of female by the process called ejaculation. So, we have discussed the male reproductive system and the different organs of the male reproductive system. Thank you.